Our solar system is an amazing place. It's a vast and fascinating expanse filled with wonders and mysteries that have intrigued humanity for centuries. From the blazing sun at its center to the icy comets at its edges, every part of our solar system has a story to tell. It's like a big family, with the sun as the head of the house, providing warmth and light to all its members. The sun's gravity keeps everything in place, ensuring that the planets, moons, and other celestial bodies follow their paths. And all the planets, moons, and other stuff as family members. Each planet has its own unique characteristics and features. For instance, Mercury is the smallest and closest to the sun, while Jupiter is the largest, with its famous Great Red Spot. Imagine our solar system as a neighborhood in space with everything going around the sun. Just like houses in a neighborhood, each planet has its own place and path known as an orbit. These orbits are like the streets that planets travel on. It was born a super long time ago, about 4.6 billion years. Back then, the solar system was just a chaotic cloud of gas and dust. Over time, this cloud began to collapse under its own gravity, leading to the formation of the sun and the planets. Back then, it was just a huge cloud of gas and dust. This cloud, known as a solar nebula, was the birthplace of our solar system. As it collapsed, it began to spin, forming a flattened disk with the sun at its center. Then gravity, the invisible force that pulls things together, made the cloud shrink. This created our sun. The sun formed from the densest part of the cloud, igniting nuclear fusion in its core and becoming the brilliant star we see today. The sun holds our solar system together. Its immense gravitational pull keeps the planets in their orbits, ensuring the stability of our cosmic neighborhood. Without the sun's gravity, the planets would drift off into space. It's a giant ball of hot gas that's always burning, giving us light and heat. The sun's surface is a seething mass of plasma with temperatures reaching millions of degrees. Solar flares and sunspots are just some of the dynamic activities happening on the sun. This heat and light make life on Earth possible. The sun's energy drives our climate and weather, supports photosynthesis in plants, and provides the warmth necessary for life to thrive. Without the sun, Earth would be a frozen, lifeless rock. Without the sun, Earth would be freezing, dark, and lifeless. The sun's absence would plunge our planet into eternal night with temperatures plummeting to unimaginably cold levels. Life as we know it would cease to exist. So we should be thankful for the sun. It's the source of all energy and life on our planet. Every sunrise is a reminder of the sun's vital role in our lives, and we should cherish the light and warmth it provides. Now, let's talk about how this space neighborhood is organized. The solar system is a well-ordered structure with each planet following a specific path around the sun. These paths, or orbits, are determined by the gravitational pull of the sun. The sun is in the middle, and everything else goes around it in paths called orbits. These orbits are not perfect circles but elliptical, meaning they are slightly oval-shaped. Each planet's orbit is unique, with some being more elongated than others. Think of it like a merry-go-round, but with planets instead of horses. The planets move in a continuous dance around the sun, each at its own pace. Some, like Mercury, complete an orbit in just 88 days, while others, like Neptune, take over 165 years. These planets are always moving, circling the sun because of its strong pull. This movement is a delicate balance between the planet's inertia, which tries to move it in a straight line, and the sun's gravity, which pulls it inward. It's like an invisible string keeping everything together. This gravitational force ensures that the planets remain in their orbits, creating a harmonious and stable system. Without this balance, the solar system would be a chaotic place. The sun, the heart of our solar system. It's the most important star for us, providing the light and heat that make life on Earth possible. Without it, our planet would be a frozen, lifeless rock floating in space. It's a yellow dwarf star, which might sound small, but it's actually quite massive and powerful. Funny to call something so big a dwarf, right? The sun is about 1.3 million times the volume of Earth. Yet, in the grand scale of the universe, it's considered average-sized. But compared to other stars in the universe, our sun is average-sized. There are stars out there that are hundreds of times larger and thousands of times more luminous. But don't think it's weak. The sun's energy output is staggering, producing more energy in 1 second than humanity has used in its entire history. The sun is super powerful. Its surface is a roiling sea of hot plasma, with temperatures reaching thousands of degrees Celsius. It's like a giant nuclear reactor turning hydrogen into helium and making tons of energy. This process, called nuclear fusion, is what powers the sun and makes it shine so brightly. This energy makes the sun hot and bright. The light and heat we receive from the sun are essential for life on Earth. The sun's core is 15 million degrees Celsius, that's super hot. This incredible heat is what drives the fusion reactions that power the sun. This heat and energy travel millions of kilometers to reach Earth, and that's good. Without the sun's energy, our planet would be a very different place. The sun's energy creates our weather, warms our planet, and makes life possible. Plants use sunlight to grow through a process called photosynthesis, which is the foundation of our food chain. Without the sun, Earth would be cold, dark, and lifeless. There would be no weather, no seasons, and no life as we know it. So next time you feel the sun's warmth, remember how amazing it is. The sun is not just a star, it's our star, and it plays a crucial role in our existence. Okay, so the sun is in the center. It's the heart of our solar system, providing the light and heat that make life possible on Earth. Without the sun, our planet would be a frozen wasteland. Now let's talk about the planets going around it. These planets are constantly in motion, following paths that keep them in a delicate balance with the sun's gravitational pull. There are 8 planets, each one special. From the smallest, Mercury, to the largest, Jupiter, each planet has its own unique characteristics and features that make it fascinating to study. We have the rocky planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. These planets have solid, rocky surfaces and are known as the terrestrial planets. These planets are close to the sun. Being in the inner part of the solar system, they experience higher temperatures and have shorter orbits compared to the outer planets. Then we have the gas giants, Jupiter and Saturn. These massive planets are composed mostly of hydrogen and helium, and they don't have solid surfaces like the rocky planets. These planets are huge and made of gas. Their immense size and composition give them a very different appearance and structure compared to the rocky planets. They're farther from the sun. This distance means they take much longer to complete an orbit, with Jupiter taking about 12 Earth years and Saturn taking about 29 Earth years. And lastly, we have the ice giants Uranus and Neptune. These planets are similar to the gas giants but contain more ices such as water, ammonia, and methane. These planets are far, far away from the sun. Their great distance means they are much colder and take even longer to orbit the sun, with Uranus taking 84 Earth years and Neptune taking 165 Earth years. Each planet follows its own path around the sun called an orbit. These orbits are oval-shaped or elliptical, which means the distance between the planet and the sun changes as the planet moves along its path, and each planet takes a different amount of time to go around the sun. This period is known as the planet's year, and it varies greatly from one planet to another. This is like their year. For example, a year on Earth is 365 days, but a year on other planets can be much longer or shorter. Earth takes 365 days, while Mars takes 687 days. This difference is due to the varying distances from the sun and the speed at which each planet travels along its orbit. Let's look closer at the different types of planets. We have 2 main groups, terrestrial planets and giant planets. First, the terrestrial planets. These are the 4 inner planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. These planets are small and rocky. Think of them like hard-boiled eggs with a thin shell of air. Next, we have the giant planets: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. These planets are huge. Some are so big you could fit thousands of Earths inside. They're made of gas and ice. They're like giant balls of clouds with no ground to stand on. But wait, there's more. Our solar system also has asteroids, comets, and dwarf planets. They're like the interesting neighbors. Between Mars and Jupiter is the asteroid belt, a place with millions of asteroids. Asteroids are like space rocks, left over from when the planets formed. They come in all sizes, from tiny pebbles to huge rocks. Farther out, past Neptune, is the Kuiper belt. It's like the asteroid belt, but bigger and colder. This is where Pluto is. Pluto used to be a planet, but now it's a dwarf planet. The Kuiper belt also has comets, icy objects that shoot out gas and dust when they get close to the sun. Let's get to know each planet. Each one is special. First, Mercury, the smallest planet and closest to the sun. It's super hot and covered in craters. It's like a desert planet. Next, Venus. It's Earth's twin in size, but it's super hot with a toxic atmosphere. Then Earth, our home. It has water, air, and a good temperature, perfect for life. Next, Mars, the red planet. It might have had life a long time ago. Then Jupiter, the biggest planet. It has a giant storm that's been going on for a long time. Next, Saturn with its beautiful rings made of ice and rock. Lastly, Uranus and Neptune, the ice giants. They are far away and mysterious. Let's not forget the moons. They go around many planets. Moons are more than just sidekicks, they're interesting too. Our moon lights up the night sky, controls the tides, and is important for life on Earth. Jupiter has over 70 moons. Some are bigger than Mercury, others might have oceans under the ice, maybe even with aliens. Saturn's moon Titan has a thick atmosphere and lakes of methane. It's like what Earth might have been like long ago. So, we've explored our solar system, but where is it in the universe? We're in the Milky Way galaxy, a huge spiral galaxy with billions of stars. Imagine the Milky Way as a giant city of stars, and our solar system is just one small neighborhood. It takes our solar system 230 million years to go around the center of the Milky Way. The sun is super important. It's the source of life on Earth. The sun's energy gives us light and heat, creates our weather, and even the air we breathe. Plants use sunlight to make food. So next time you feel the sun's warmth, remember how important it is. Our solar system is amazing, with everything connected by the sun's gravity.